Good morning, Brian here, Fitzpatricks Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this car here. This is a particularly special one because my partner owns it, so we know this car really well. This is actually the car we have at home. Anyway, this is a black 1 litre turbo Smart Plus specification Honda Civic, and it's a real nice low mileage example. At the time of the video, at the moment, it's covered about 34,000 kilometers. It will move up daily, but not too much. And of course, in my completely biased opinion, I think black is the best color. But in fairness, look at that. It's a nice aggressive looking vehicle. So the car is now for sale, but I'm going to sell it through the garage. So that means if you're looking at this car, I'll still be able to give you a trade-in, and we'll still be able to put warranty on it, and it'll be supplied with a service as well. So it's really going to be supplied exactly like any car on our forecourt. But I do honestly believe it gives some peace of mind that if this is a car that I actually chose myself, and in fairness, I think I know these cars pretty well at this stage, it's got to give you some peace of mind that it's a nice example of one. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look around this particular car. And if there's any questions you have about the car, please do not hesitate to give me a shout. At 086 843 1945, Brian is my name, and I work here at Fitzpatricks Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. If you'd like to see the car, just let me know by phone, because the car is in daily use, so I do need to bring it to work with me if you'd like to see the car. If you are coming to see it, just let me know. 086 843 1945, call, text, WhatsApp, and I'll make sure the car is here for when you come down to look. Starting off, one of the reasons that she bought this car was the boot. It is just massive. Normally you have this cover across, which is for privacy, but the real reason that this boot is so easy to use is once you draw across that blind, it is so accessible. And we had a young child on the way, so we needed a big boot for a pram, but still not a car that was too big. Believe me, and at this stage, I know a thing or two about boot size in types of cars like this. This is a medium hatchback car. That's definitely one of the biggest boots around. It's so easy to use. It's so accessible. And okay, we needed it for buggy and stuff like that. But even if you don't, we used to use these cars before we went, before we had a child going on holidays. Massive amount of room. These definitely one of the best boots of all the cars I've ever sold. The second reason she bought the car then was it was just a nice example of one. Black is definitely one of the nice colours in these because the wheels are black and there's a lot of black grills and there's a lot of black going on in the car, so it just comes together very well in black anyway, so it's cool looking. And it was a particularly nice example from the point of view the mileage was low, good service history, you know, nice tidy car throughout. So, and again, these are the reasons that you will buy this car if you are somebody that's considering one of these, because like we're saying to you, the boot's really good and it's a nice looking one. Anyway, let's continue on. Another practical reason was the rear of the car in terms of the seating. And of course, as you suspect, I do work in a Honda garage, so that might have had something to do with it, but I think these are a damn good car regardless of where I work. Speakers up through here, electrics for windows in through here, which are child lockable, and child lockable doors back in through there. Moving in through the inside of the car then, 3 head restraints, 3 3-point safety belts. As I was saying, the car is in daily use, so there's a wee mirror along through here, just so we can see what's going on with the young one. Anyway, there is Isofix over here and Isofix on the other side that we use quite regularly. And I've just brought the car in today to give it a quick wash and hoover, but as you can see, it's in very nice condition. The child seat's regularly in and out of the car, so sometimes when you take some of the child seat out, and even the people will say to yourselves, oh, there's so many biscuits and stuff underneath it, we keep this well. And from a practicality point of view for adults, if I sit in the front, that's how I sit, so I still have decent leg room and I still have decent headroom. They're a long kind of low car. It's surprising actually how much space is back here. And because it's a Smart Plus model then, the rear windows are tinted, which is quite useful for privacy and also for keeping sun out of people's eyes in the rear, especially young kids. Excited by this car then was safety. There is a ton of safety features. As you'd expect, you got a driver, passenger, curtain airbag in the side of that seat, and the same on this side, an airbag at the side of this seat, and also up in the roof over through here. And all these doors here have side impact protection beams, but there's a Honda sensing kit, so this is all the kind of active safety, but there's loads of passive things going on as well. This little panel on the steering wheel here plays a massive role in safety on this particular car. Let's face it, roads are really busy these days and people are really busy too. So people are really tired. With so much traffic, there's bound to be incidents. Well, this kind of car, it's going to help you stay safe. Starting off, the headlights have high beam support and they're fully automated, and so are the wipers. When you're driving through a country area, then the headlights will be on full. Once you come into something like a lit up area, the lights dim, but once you get back into an unlit area, then they go back into full. Once you meet oncoming traffic, they'll automatically dip. So this car has come over the hill, the headlights have dipped. Once the car has passed by us, the lights go into full automatic mode and headlights come on again. This kind of stuff means that you have less to do, which means you have more ability to concentrate on what's in front of you. The wipers are also the same. Wipers then will sense the rain depending how heavy it is, so it'll work on various intermittencies just depending how much water is falling. It's also going to be equipped with a speed sign recognition. It's got a little camera up front and it's always watching the road ahead. In this case then, as we're about to leave the town, we move from a 50 into a 60 zone, which the car is recognised, and actually it's a very short 60 zone, and then we move into an 80 zone. And while that's really cool by itself, it's got a really cool function in the fact that you can link it to the speed limiter. The speed limiter has 2 ways of working. I've got a limit which limits my speed, so I've limited to 90, I'm flooring the car, it won't go past 90, or I can limit to the speed zone. We know it's 100 because it says 100 over here. The car's going to accelerate up to 100. And now it's telling us that we're exceeding the speed limit. We're going to slow down to 100. Going to floor it again. And it keeps telling us that we're exceeding. I'll tell you now that it's going to save you a speeding fine one of the days, but there's other things on this car that are going to try and keep you on the road as well. The lane change warning, so we have the assist up here, but the warning is down here. And it just means if I drift into the white line, you can see the vibrating steering and it's pushed us back, but it's not actually trying to keep us. What it's doing is just going to keep ping-ponging from left to right. Not as comfortable, but useful just for a warning. If I'd used my indicator, there would have been no problem. This one here, which we'll have a look at, is the lane keep assist. With lane keep assist, I'll hit this button here. I've got a symbol up through here. As you can see, we're going to go around the corner. I know I shouldn't do it, but technically, the car is going to keep us between the two lines for about 10 seconds or so. And eventually then you'll see a warning coming in here, which is telling us that we need to get our hands back on the wheel. But I am covering the wheel just to be safe. The car is still guiding us up to the centre, and now it's told us, you know, put your hands back on the wheel. So basically, it's going to stop you exceeding the speed limit, and it's also going to keep you on the road, but it's also going to keep you away from the cars that are ahead of you. First thing we do is we set the cruise control. So turn it on, set it. At the moment then there is no car actually in front of us. So the reason that the silhouette is completely empty is that there's no car in front of us. We're just set like normal cruise control. So we're going to stay at 77 kilometers per hour. Once wherever traffic comes in front of us, you'll see the symbol has lit up to say that there is now a car identified by the camera. And we can basically now choose how far do we want to stay behind the car in front, so various distances, and the car will respect that. If the car in front slows down, we slows down. If the car ahead speeds up, we speed up until we get to that maximum of 90 kilometers an hour that we've set ourselves. So as you can see, the Honda Sensing kit, which is based on that part of the steering wheel, is trying to keep you safe on the roads, which, let's face it, are extremely busy and dangerous these days. So for us, there was lots of kind of family practical reasons, and for her, I suppose that was the reason that she actually purchased the car, because there was a young child coming and she wanted a safe car, but something that's actually logistically practical as well. But as we were saying, it's a really cool looking car and it drives really well. 1 litre VTEC turbo, which means the car has got 127 horsepower, but it's still 200 quid a year for road tax. And fuel efficiency then is a very consistent 45 to 50 miles per gallon. That's somewhere in the region of about 6 or so litres per 100 kilometres. And the turbocharged engine, there's a lovely thump off it. There's a really nice sound. It's a 3-cylinder turbo, but it's actually quite a responsive engine. It's a fun car to drive, as you'll see now. Let's see how it accelerates going onto the motorway from 0 up to 120 kilometres an hour. That gearbox is so nice to use, and as you see, there's a nice sound off the engine, and it actually gets up to the speed very, very quick. But it's also a lovely chassis as well. Because the chassis is really wide, it makes the car really kind of sure-footed. So it gives you confidence when you're driving the car, which is important anyway. And it makes you feel safe. It's actually fun as well. Independent rear suspension, the previous model had a solid beam, whereas these ones are actually independent on the back, so it's really, really predictable in how it kind of behaves over compressions and bumps. And again, like everything, don't take my word for it, so come try the car yourself. But what I do find is, when I tell people what I tell them in the videos, when they do come to try the car, it's exactly what they get. So as you can see, the car is really safe, it drives really good, it looks really good, and there's lots of features on these cars as well. As we've seen then, things like the headlights are completely automated, but they're even automated using the key, and so are the windows and the wing mirrors. Meaning that basically you can use the key to turn on the headlights, you can also use the key to let the windows down in the car, and similarly to lock the windows and the wing mirrors, which is just damn convenient when you're looking out through the window and it's lashing rain outside and you don't want to go outside. In terms of convenience then, there's got to be rear parking sensors and front parking sensors, and also a rear reverse camera. How cool does that car look? Those spoilers on the rear, which are actually functional because they channel air off the rear of the car in the most aerodynamic way possible. But things like all the black, even the wheels, and the wheels are lovely this evening. Because in artificial light or natural light like this evening, there's a lovely shiny reflective finish on the wheels because they're diamond cut. Other small details, this car has mud flaps. It doesn't sound like much, but they're about 120 euros, and they really do finish off the car quite well and keep it clean. Other things like you have these lovely pedals, and you also have a height adjustable seat you'd expect, but you've also got lumbar support for your lower back to harden up the back part of the seat. And when you sit into the car, this is the exact finish you're going to see in front of you. So you got these nice digital clocks in through here. You've seen already when we were accelerating, and down through here then we have information for average speed, fuel efficiency, how much fuel is left in the car, speed signs, and Bluetooth and audio information also. Off to the right then, you got other controls we talked about with the Honda sensing and the parking sensors, and over to the left then we have this big screen with reverse camera and also the Honda Connect communication system. The Honda Connect unit then, as we saw, has the reversing camera in through here then as well. It's basically things like audio, general settings, mobile phone setup, trip information, navigation, which is Garmin. But these days, you're going to have either Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Like Garmin navigation is there. In fairness, Google Maps really has taken over from that. So Google, where is the closest garage?
Getting directions to Fitzpatricks.
So for most people, while the Garmin we were saying is they're really going to use Google Maps because it's so convenient these days. Climate is in through here, which is all touch and swipe, with dual zone climate control and front and rear windscreen demisters. And off down to the centre, we have this lovely gearbox, we have this automatic park brake, stop start function and an economy function. In through here, we have some of my partner's rubbish. It's not really rubbish, it's actually clothes. And then after that, drinks holder with some storage, a USB connector. There's a second USB connector, HDMI, and also a 12-volt outlet, and the HDMI would allow you to play video up through there if you wanted. For the note, if you have one of these cars already and you're actually not only getting used to it, the USB back here will power the phone, whereas this one up here at the front will actually play music and allow you to use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So there you have it. That is personally our 1-litre turbo Honda Civic, and hopefully from watching this video you'll now understand the reasons that my partner bought this car, and hopefully they're the reasons that you're looking for a car, because if they are, this is definitely one worth considering. And if you're looking for a nice genuine example, then this has to be worth considering because we did pick it out for ourselves and I know a thing or two about these cars. Like we're saying to you, if you want to trade in your car, that's no problem. I can organise finance and it will be going through the garage and you will be getting a warranty on a car like this as well. So if the car is of interest, call, text, WhatsApp. Just let me know if you want me to bring the car to the garage so you can see it. 086 843 1945. If the videos have been useful, just please let me know. And if you've been watching on YouTube, like and subscribe, or if there's anything I've missed, let me know in the comment section below and I'll try and cover it next time in the video. So hopefully the car is of interest. Thanks for taking time to watch.